we live here? Hello YouTube, this is Rob, Tree Life Tree Service, and we are heading back to the shop. We have approximately 9 minutes to go. We are at 7.8 miles from Tree Life 1, 584 Tree. Just got done coming back from Gainesville and had to stop and get some juice at the supercharger, and now we are en route to the shop. Trucks are already loaded up, and I stopped by Winn-Dixie and got some drinks, so we are loaded for bear. I just wanted to let you guys see the self-driving on the highway. This is as good as it gets for this particular version of if you guys can see that or not, but this is the version of that everybody gets. I don't have the upgraded beta version of self-driving yet. Hopefully I'll get it soon, but we are doing the best we can with what we have. Not complaining. It works awesome. This really helps when you're doing estimates. If you are doing estimates by yourself, I tell you what, this is a lifesaver, because if you're reaching for something, a pen or whatever, and you need like normally you have your knee on the steering wheel, you're trying to do something, or you need something beside, you're grabbing something, the next person next to you grabs the wheel and keeps it steady. This is like having that person with you, but not having to have a person. Basically, you're still aware, you're still paying attention, but there are some times when you need to grab something, you need to answer the phone. It makes it to where if you need to call somebody, you just call them. And like for example, I'll call the answering service, and it'll basically it's hands-free, so you just hit a button here, hit a button there, and it basically does it for you. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off autopilot for a second, because I want to go ahead and go to the next exit. I don't want to get off here. I don't want to retransition. So let me just hit cancel. That way it'll just go straight and it won't continue to try to get off exits. Sorry about the bounce. I don't have the stabilizer on the thing, so hopefully you guys won't get too nauseous. But I've been using this Tesla Model Y to do estimates in, and it's almost like it's like having another person with you, because what you can do is you can hit this button right here, and you can give it the address, and then it'll tell you how far you're going, just GPS wise, where it's at. You can hit the button again, tell it to call the customer, and then as you're calling the customer, you can basically say, hey, are you home today? I can basically be there within ETA is 10 minutes. You can basically just see everything, what part of town they're in. It's just awesome. And leave them a message, whatever you have to do, all from basically this button right here. Basically what I do is I have an answering service that takes all my calls, and it'll relay all my messages to me, and they will text me every single address. So basically what I do is I just scroll through. I'll sit in a parking lot and I'll go through numbers. I'll start at one end or the other. Sometimes I start at the beginning or the end, depending on how many I have, and I'll just go through until I get all of them. And maybe I'll miss one or two. Maybe someone's not home, nobody's answering the phone, and then I'll just basically put those on the backside, or when I'm in that area I'll call them back. But for doing estimates, if you're a one-man show or whatever, this is one of the best tools to have for doing estimates, because you're always distracted when you're doing estimates, and this keeps you a lot safer because, you know, if you're trying to jot something down, you're on the phone, it's kind of like having a second pair of ears and eyes. It's kind of like, say, if, you know, you're doing estimates and you have like an 18-year-old son or daughter, and you're like, hey, can you drive for me while I'm talking on the phone? That's kind of like what it's like. You still have to watch, you still have to be aware. You can't totally, you know, take your eyes off of stuff, but you can, that little bit of distraction that you have to do things, it's going to help you, because it's going to be a lot safer than, you know, than basically doing it without self-driving. And I can't wait till the new beta package comes out to where the car can drive itself, because it's even going to be safer. So basically you won't have to be so hands-on. But literally, I don't do estimates in anything else if this car is available. This car makes estimates 10 times easier. I kid you not, 10 times easier to do estimates, because everything, once you Bluetooth your phone, basically your calls, your text messaging, everything comes on the screen. It'll read your text messages to you. You can hit this button and respond to text messages, hit it again and send text messages. You can dismiss the text messages by hitting this button twice. Once you learn the system, and once you start incorporating this in your business, and you start incorporating this, I think if I had a big company that did a lot of estimates and I had a lot of estimators, I would buy, it would be worth it to buy a Tesla for every single estimator. I guarantee it would be much safer, you'd have less accidents, you'd be more efficient, more productive. So anybody that owns a business out there that has a lot of people on the road, it's in your best interest to get one of these. I guarantee you it'll save money on fuel. It'll be safer, and the employees will be more productive. So anyway, I'm almost back to the shop. I've got like another 2 turns, and just that's one of the things I really love about the Tesla, is the ability to do estimates and do a lot of things on the roll, because when you're a one-man show, you do the estimates, you do the follow-up, you collect the money, you do the jobs, you buy the equipment, you maintain the equipment. You got to be on top of so many things. You're always distracted. I don't care who you are, how smart you are. You're going to have times where you're distracted. And then, you know, also too, if you have kids, you have other issues at home. I mean, when you're driving, you have so many things going on in your head. And if a car can take away a lot of those concerns, if it can integrate your phone, because you don't want to be picking up your phone while you're driving. That's the last thing you want to do. You got enough distractions instead of having a phone in your hand. But if you can just glance down, hit a button, and have the car read you your text messages, you can hit a button and respond to text messages. You can have your GPS already integrated and saving all your data. Also too, probably in the future, with a software update, when you have 2 or 3 of these vehicles, your estimator vehicle can go ahead and share addresses and stuff like that and pictures with your fleet. So basically, once the estimator's been there and he knows any like routes or alterations to the route, he can share that information with the fleet. And basically, you might even be able to blow it up and show pictures of the estimate on the screen, share that with your troop, and they'll be able to know exactly what needs to be done just from the screen, and you won't have to have any more